StudentPreneur, the podcast about students who are entrepreneurs. Get motivated and keep your energy high. Stories from studentpreneurs.
This episode is sponsored by ID Network, a network of university associations run by studentpreneurs for studentpreneurs. Visit idnetwork.com.au. Welcome to episode 11. My name is Julian March, an entrepreneur turned PhD student. Each week, I bring you the best of those individuals who are student entrepreneurs. I call them studentpreneurs. This week is special. It's about a competition for studentpreneurs, the Hult competition. Jamie Aston and Aisha Bhukari represent the team, ATTOLLO Social Entreprise. Jamie, Aisha, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'll start.
Yep.
So my name's Jamie Austin. I'm 34 years old. I am a part-time MBA student at the Rotman School of Management at University of Toronto. I also have a PhD in neuroscience.
Oh, wow.
And yes. So
You've been busy.
Lots of school. Yeah, lots of school for me. So, so my previous focus has been on healthcare. And I do have healthcare experience in a developing country. And I'm certainly driven towards social causes such as education, which is what our company is about.
Ooh, cool. Okay. Aisha?
My full name is Aisha Bhukari. I am 31 years old. I am also a part-time MBA student at Rotman School of Management, University of Toronto. My previous education, I have a Master's of Engineering in Electric Power Engineering. Based on that, you can guess my background is in the energy sector. Mm-hmm. I work for a local power utility here and passionate about climate change, clean tech as well. I've done some work in the education as it relates to energy previous to this. And yeah.
Excellent. So the first question, what is the Hult Prize and how did you get into that competition?
Yeah, so the Hult Prize is the world's largest student competition. I think it's in its 4th or 5th year now. And essentially, every year they have a new social goal to target. So either food security, health, and education. It's always a social cause, yeah.
Yeah, so it was founded in 2010. It is a partnership between the Hult Business School and the Clinton Global Initiative. Time magazine has called it like one of the top 5 ideas that will change the world. It is also the world's largest student competition.
Nice. So what do you have to do? Is it like a 2 or 3 months competition and you have to build a business plan and then do pitches over 2-3 months, or is that another format?
Yeah, the way it works, it's going to be about a year-long process. It started in the fall of 2014. We put an application to a local competition here at the University of Toronto, and we won that competition. And then we worked towards another pitch at a regional final, which was in Dubai in March. And then we have the summer to attend an accelerator program. And the final pitch will be in September of 2015. And that will be the top 6 teams pitching at the Clinton Global Initiative.
So that's interesting. You get to go to an accelerator for summer.
Yes.
All the teams that are selected after the March pitch?
Yep. So at the regional finals, there was 5 regional finals around the world. There was one in Shanghai, London, Dubai, Boston, and San Francisco. So those 5 teams plus an online winner will go to Boston on the MIT campus for the accelerator. And they put everybody together into the program, and they really want to foster collaboration between the teams at the accelerator. And
so it's no longer a competition at the accelerator?
It's more of we're there just to develop, each team is developing their business idea, essentially. There will be experts in a certain aspect of business and early childhood education, and they will be mentoring us, and we'll be pitching every Friday. They call it Pitch Fridays.
Yep.
And so basically by the end of the summer and when we go into September to the Clinton Global Initiative, we will be investment ready.
Yeah. So the idea is that there will be one winner, which will get the big prize of $1 million. But all 6 teams, hopefully after going through this accelerator experience, will be ready to launch their businesses.
Sorry, how much did you say the prize money was?
It is $1 million in seed capital.
Nice. That can help get the business started a little bit.
Certainly, yes. Yeah, that's the goal.
But already through the pitches and then the accelerator program, whoever participates, it's really fantastic. Like the opportunity to go to Boston MIT accelerator program, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, so this year there were over 20,000 teams that applied, out of which less than 300 got basically moved on to the second round, which was the regionals in March. And out of that, now 6 are in the final round for competing for the $1 million in seed money.
So how are you guys excited? Like, did you guys believe you will get to that stage?
Well, we were working hard. And but the thing is, once you get to the competition, you see there are a lot of good teams. So it was very nerve-wracking. And yes, it was very exciting and nerve-wracking. The way it worked in the regional round is that there were like around 60 teams or so that were at any given region. And then they picked the top 6. But they don't announce the top 6 ahead of time. So, all the students, they gather in this one big auditorium and they just say, team number 1 is blah, and they just come up and present.
Yep. So is it like a 1-minute pitch, or do you have longer than a minute, or?
It's an 8-minute pitch followed by a 4-minute Q&A.
Oh, wow. Okay. 12 minutes total. And you and the 60 teams are there listening to all the pitches.
Yeah.
Wow. How is it for the 60, like in terms of when did you present? Was it at the beginning of the pitches or at the end of the pitches?
So the way they had it was like based on, there was one team that advanced from each room and we were group F, so which meant we were the last ones to go up.
Okay.
And we didn't know that who, from group F is going to go up and present. So it was nerve-wracking to wait till the end. And then, when your name gets called, you're so excited, which is awesome.
And how did you feel about, because you heard all those pitches just before you, and like, how was it? Because it's fine when you're working on your own pitches at your university. It's all, it's all your team. But it gets real when there are so many teams around.
Yeah, so it's hard because then, as they're presenting, you're trying to rehearse your own thing in your head. But at the same time, it is very hard to not compare. And you're like, they have a better video or they're, a better presenter. And you're just trying, it's a little bit nerve-wracking to, and you want to hear what their ideas are, but it's really hard to focus.
Yeah, definitely. So you all went down, I guess you went to San Francisco because that's the closest to you guys, right?
No, so we went to Dubai.
Oh, so you went to the Dubai one? Okay.
Yeah. So Hult, they distribute teams across the 5 regions. So each region has a good mix of teams from all over the place.
Okay. So in San Francisco, they don't just have the American teams. They have a mix of them. Oh, yeah. Wow. Cool. Mm-hmm. Cool. So you got to travel to Dubai as well.
Yes.
Okay. That's exciting because you got to speak in front of a lot of people, but at the same time, you had to travel on the other side of the planet. Okay. Cool. So how was it for your team in the sense of, first, how did you build your team? And then we'll go on to, how did you all get together?
Aisha, do you want to take that one?
Okay, sure. So we are all part-time MBA students and we met. So we're all in this morning 2015 cohort. So we have known each other for the past 3 years. We have been working together on different projects and other case competitions in the past. So when this came up, so we had been thinking about Hult last year as well, but then the timing wasn't right. And then this year we were like, let's do this. And the team came together.
Was it part of a special class on entrepreneurship or?
No. So this is this particular case competition is open to students all across the world. You don't even have to be a business student. And this is, even for us, this is an extracurricular, if you want to say, something that anyone could have picked up. So we just did it on our own.
But when you said you worked on projects together, that means you went in similar classes together and you got to know each other, and that's how...
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Because we are all in the MBA program together. So we have taken classes together and other group projects and other case competitions not held that we have done previously.
And how many of you are in the teams, and what age and background are they in the team?
There's 4 of us, and all of us are in our 30s. And Aisha, as she said, she's an engineer. We have another member, Peter Sinat. He is, I'm not sure exact age. I think he's 32.
35.
Oh, 35, sorry. He is also, he's a computer engineer. And we have Flak Chinta, who is also a PhD in neuroscience, just like myself. And he's a part-time MBA student, just like the rest of us.
2 PhD in neuroscience doing part-time MBA. That's just sounds like the normal path.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get on to the idea. What was your original idea, and how did you pivot to where you are now?
So our original idea, which won the UFT competition, was a toy sharing service. So we said earlier that the focus of the Hult Prize is on early childhood education. And we really, that was kind of where we thought a service-based thing would be effective. So that won the original competition at UFT. And then we pivoted from there afterwards. I think the moment that really made us to pivot was we met with the CEO of Right to Play, who is Johan Koss.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the opinion that in order to scale to meet the demands of the competition, so we have to reach 10 million children in 5 years, he didn't think a service-based solution would work. And he really pushed us to develop a product. And that's what we did. We went back to the drawing board and essentially we wanted to integrate some sort of technology into our solution, and long hours at the school here. And finally, we came up with our product.
So you pivoted from service to product. Cool. So that's the one idea you won with, and now you're going to go into the accelerator program in summer, right?
Yep.
So at the moment you're going to go with a product idea, right?
Yeah, so all the 16s that have made it to the final, they were chosen based on their ideas, and none of them are allowed. So we are allowed to refine the idea, but we are not allowed to change the idea anymore. So we are working with the same idea.
Okay, so you've got the same idea, but you can change you can refine it, but you can't change it further.
Yeah, we can't totally pivot and come up with something else. Yeah.
So what type of experience from your previous work did you bring into it? I mean, I'm very interested in knowing how the neuroscience can help in toy sharing.
So toy sharing, was our first idea. So maybe we can talk in the context of the current idea.
Yes, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Jamie, go ahead.
So what's the name of the last idea, just so we can refer with the name?
Talking stickers.
Oh, okay, talking stickers. So Aisha, what experience or skill set did you transfer from your previous life into this business competition?
Okay, sure. I guess maybe I'll answer it on behalf of the team as well.
Okay.
So basically we have 2 PhDs in neuroscience, and then 2 of us are engineers. Collectively, as a team, we have experience working in the public sector and nonprofits. Some of us have had entrepreneurship experience as well. So all of that combined, and 2 of the team members are parents as well. So all of that, I would say, combined together brought us here.
So Jamie, what skills and what specific experience did you bring into this competition? Do you have any example that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, definitely. So my background is in neuroscience, and a lot of what we're focusing on, we're looking at child development, and in particular how the brain develops and what type of content that we can develop with our product to target different areas of the brain development. Mm-hmm. So maybe not heavily, but I do rely a little bit on my neuroscience background to understand the developmental aspects of the brain and potentially how the brain rewires and responds to certain type of educational content.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of overlap there. The other aspect that I bring to this, I have previous experience in Guyana teaching health education.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So again, it's a little bit different because it's health and education, and it was to adults and to teens and not to young children. But I think just the experience of being in another country and, learning the local customs and getting to know people and understanding their situation will lend itself well to when we pilot and eventually get on the ground.
Yeah, no, that's a very interesting mix of experience. But I don't see anyone on the team with a business background. Do you think that's going to be a problem, or have you guys found a solution for that?
Definitely. I mean, none of us have started our own business, so that is something that we're all new to. We do have the theory because we're all in our MBA.
Yep.
So we do have theory, but we don't have as much practical experience as some people. But I think one of the things that we've been doing to overcome that is just talking to a lot of the mentors here at the university, especially the entrepreneurship professors and people in those types of areas, as well as we have...
Maybe I'll chime in. It's the Creative Destruction Lab.
Yeah.
So at Rotman, we have a course which has been, it's called Creative Destruction Lab, where the MBA students get to work with the ventures. So that is where we have been learning some of the skills that we are bringing to this project.
Okay, wow, that's really useful. And going back on the mentors, how did you find their help into this competition? Was it helpful? Were they from different background? How was it?
They've been amazing. So they're all very busy people, obviously. Everybody that we've leaned on for help is involved in the school, also in the business community in Toronto as well. So they've been able to spare time for us and to meet with us. We've pitched to them and they've provided their feedback on our pitch. We've gone through our business model with them. They've allowed us to access some of their contacts, and they've reached out to them on our behalf to help with fundraising efforts, as well as to talk to people who potentially can help develop content for our idea.
So you had to do some fundraising already, like to build the product itself and to build a prototype, I guess, or?
Sorry, no, we didn't fundraise to build a prototype. That was basically, it was something that we put together quickly, and it was just, but going forward, we will be fundraising.
Oh, okay. And the mentors, they had different background, because did you have any technical mentors, like into, for instance, the neuroscience side, if you had to need this type of skills?
Yeah, so our mentors came from a variety of backgrounds. So we had mentors who were entrepreneurs. We are working with early childhood ECD, early childhood development experts as well. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay, that really helps to have mentors with the right experience.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the things we were doing before we went to the pitch in March was once we had our pitch, we were pitching to like all of our mentors, which were like over 20 of them.
Wow.
And that really helped us, cut out, because the pitch is only 8 minutes long. So that really helped us refine the pitch. And I don't think we could have made it without them.
20 of them. And they
at least around.
At least, wow. And they all did it voluntary, or are they part of the MPA program, or?
It was all volunteers. So they were based on the contacts we have from the business school, as well as our own personal contacts. And they were just all people who wanted to see us succeed as a team and for a social cause.
That's pretty impressive. What else did you find useful, like in terms also of tools, like online tools or whatever? What did you find useful to build this concept?
Jamie, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, for sure. So I lost a bit of the question.
So the question is, so you had mentors to help you through building the concept. What other tools did you find useful that could, Gmail, or that could be Canva, or that could be, what other online tool did you use?
Online tools, I mean, I don't know if we had any online tools.
Sorry, it doesn't have to be online. Whatever tools you used.
I think in terms of, that's a tough one.
That's okay. No, so if you don't have any, you don't have any. That's fine.
Yeah, Aisha, can you think of anything?
I don't think we had any tools. I think the only thing that helped us was just researching online. I think that was the biggest thing. And so it was, like the public sources as well. We have access to the University of Toronto library. I think that was helpful.
Yeah.
And getting access to some of the specialized databases for early childhood education, and learning more about the competition was just like public searches.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you learn through reading online articles and I guess journal articles and blogs and podcasts. Is that how you learned?
That was most part. We also surveyed over 200 families living in India.
Okay.
To better understand what, because based on all this research, we had a good idea of what we thought the problem was. But to get the first-hand experience, we conducted some surveys.
Okay, cool. And how did you get the surveys to India? Was it?
We have a team member who has...
We have... One of the members of our team has a connection in India.
Okay. And he was the one administering the survey there?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool, that's good. So there's a big question now. How do you balance the competition and your studies and your job?
So, okay, I'll start up by answering that one.
Yes.
So it is tough. It is, I think the one thing that has helped all of us do it is that we're all very passionate about the cause, and we have a commitment to each other as a team. So I think that is sort of the basis of the commitment.
Yeah.
But then other than that, it has definitely been challenging. Two of the team members are parents. Jamie, you can maybe talk about your experience with a newborn child.
A newborn, wow, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we gave birth. My wife gave birth on April 7th, so it's been pretty life-changing, obviously.
Yeah,
But it's been amazing. So
Was it after the Dubai pitch?
actually, I didn't go to Dubai because it was too close
Yes.
to the delivery date.
That makes sense. So, but when you started the competition, you knew that your wife was pregnant, and you still decided to go in the competition. And
She thought I was crazy,
Yes.
just with everything going on. But she's very supportive and very wonderful. So I'm a lucky guy.
What do the other guys in the MBA program say? Is like, you guys are crazy because you're working and then you're studying an MBA. That's a lot of work already, and you guys are just embarking on another mission.
I think crazy is one term that some people call us, yes.
Yeah.
But I guess they see also the positive, and you explain them what's going on. And
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a lot of commitment. So, like if we have classes or work every day and then you still have to work on this, a few hours every day. We meet a few times a week in person, and then we have calls on phone and Skype. So it is a lot of work, but somehow because you're so motivated to achieve a goal, then it just happens. And there's a lot of sleepless nights, yeah.
And you had no one in the team giving up on the way? Like everyone has been able to stay in the team? Like that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
But I guess so as a team, you just, as you say, you've got commitment to each other. So that's one way to stay together.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next for you? Like you guys are getting ready for the accelerator program. Like do you have to make adjustment in your studies or in your work or just to go there? Or how is that going to work for you?
So, well, one of the things definitely that we're doing going forward is that all of us are taking time off from work.
Yeah.
And we all have different arrangements in terms of how that's going to happen. And then, so we'll be spending. So the idea is that between now and September, we will be doing a pilot as well as attending this accelerator in Boston.
Yes.
So the goal is to have half the team doing the pilot and the other half will be on the ground in Boston.
Oh, okay. And what's the pilot going to be about? Like, are you going to produce some of those talking stickers?
Yeah, so that's the idea, is to have a working prototype that we will be piloting with communities in India or another location.
Okay, wow.
So we definitely have a lot of work ahead of us, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is exciting and it is for a good cause and we have made it so far. So we are determined to see it through.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. And I'm guessing you've got the support of your school. Like, and now that you've been through the selection process, like a lot of people must be supporting you, isn't it?
Yeah, so even right from the onset, so there were like 4 teams that were participating in the Hult regional finals. And so we have had awesome support from the school. And definitely once we returned from Dubai, it was overwhelming. We would run. We are walking down the hallway and people recognize us and they're, offering help and, their best wishes. So it's really been really wonderful.
That's awesome to hear. So what would you guys have to say to all the listeners who've they've never been part of the competition and never thought about doing it? What will you advise them to do?
Well, we would say, I think for anyone who cares about making a difference in the world and they're passionate about a social cause, they should definitely consider, this is one of the competitions that they should definitely consider. And it requires a lot of work and it's a lot of commitment and a lot of hours, but it is very satisfying and it is a very rewarding experience. And regardless of how far they make it, it is something that will be valuable. And even for teams that don't win the $1 million or, even if they're not even if they don't make it to the top 6, there are a lot of good ideas and you build a lot of good momentum and, this network of people. So just because you don't win doesn't mean you cannot start your own company. I think the idea is that if you're passionate and if you believe in it, you can still do it.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. Like, in a lot of competition, it's not always a number 1 that actually go on and build the business. It's number 2, number 3 who still keep at it even though they didn't win. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And that was one of the kind of a fascinating fact as well. There were over 20,000 teams across the world that applied. And it just got a lot of people around the world thinking about a problem of this scale.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure there will be a lot of companies that start out of this, even though they may not have made it to the top 6.
Yeah, no, definitely. At least to get people started, get people to realize that it's actually possible and to start as a team. And I think that the team aspect is very important. Like, it's different from an individual running into a competition on its own. Like, you're a team, you keep each other accountable, you keep working because you told each other you're going to be working on it. And the team aspect is really important.
No, for sure. The team aspect is critical. And you need to have an awesome team to move forward.
Excellent. All right, guys. Is there anything else you want to add to this podcast? Do you want to tell something to the listeners in terms of how to follow you, how to follow the team, and how to support you in your competition?
Awesome. I think that would be great. So we do have a Twitter account, which is ATTOLLO, ATTOLLOSE, ATTOLLO SE, ATTOLLO Social Entreprise. And we have a Facebook page as well, which you can also look up, ATTOLLO Social Entreprise. And yeah, so if you can follow us, we post our updates there and you can follow our progress throughout. Excellent.
Cool. Can't wait to hear from the progress from you guys.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Time to wrap up. This week is a special episode on a competition for studentpreneurs, the Hult competition. Jamie Aston and Aisha Bhukari represent the team ATTOLLO Social Entreprise. This episode highlights a great opportunity that entrepreneurship competitions are for studentpreneurs. Jamie and Aisha did not have business experience, but they launched into that competition with two other members, Peter and Lack. However, they all have their own experience that they leverage to build their current product, talking stickers. They are committed to each other to go through the one-year competition. Now they've gone to Dubai to become one of the 6 teams qualified out of 20,000 participating team. And they will get a fantastic experience being part of the Boston MIT Accelerator program and get a shot at the $1 million prize. All of that because they decided to participate in the competition. So can you. Check the competitions around you and get started. Thank you so much for your time, Amy and Aisha, and all the best in your competition. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please review us on iTunes with 5 stars and share with your like-minded studentpreneurs. Catch next episode of StudentPreneur on Wednesday next week. Meanwhile, keep breaking the stereotype and the mindset.